Okay, so I'm going to explain the few manufacturing processes which are not laser-based, so additive and subtractive processes. So we will have various capabilities as the MDMC. I have highlighted the processes which I will present. So there will be a low temperature profile ceramic manufacturing process to make ceramic-based systems. We will have a stencil printing technology for printed circuit board and printing wiring board.
Marc, Bob Rubin here. Can I just confirm that people can hear me? Then I'll shut up.
Bob, wonderful. Yes, we can hear you. So that is excellent news. So we'll come back to you in the second hour for your presentation. That's wonderful. Thanks, Bob.
So we will have also solder reflow oven to look at, for example, flip chip bonding technology, low-cost entry injection molding process, electrical discharge machining, and also other type of direct metallization on non-conductive substrate processes. I will present that last bit very quickly because Dr. Marc is always going to present that later on. So low temperature coffee ceramic process is a lamination process which allows you to manufacture a three-dimensional system in ceramics. And it also allows to do the post-processing of electronics on top of these systems. And this is a typical technology which is used in harsh environment, such as the automotive industry or also the biofluidics. So we're looking at treatment of blood, etc., in very harsh environment. We have had some expertise in using that technology for optoelectronic packaging and also for cooling systems of lasers. So we have all the different equipment which allows us to manufacture that. You can see on the right the various steps which are being needed to actually manufacture full systems. We have unique facilities such as laser-based system to do ablation, as well as non-laser based on basically powder blasting. Some example on the left has been, for example, a microfluidics chips where the micro channels are embedded into the ceramic, and you have this, I would say, this little polymer type chip which can be disconnected from the main chips, which is shown here. I think it is PMMA, if I'm not mistaken. On the left-hand side, you can also see here some optoelectronic packaging where we've been using some holes to put some metals as a way of keeping the temperature constant for LED arrays. We will have also an injection molding machine, which will allow us to do several plastic materials such as PMMA, COC, and PLA. The quantity, the volume of will be ranging from 6.1 centimeter cube to 76 centimeter cube. The machine they are seeing is actually the machine we're going to have because it's quite a unique machine for the application we want. It has a clamping force about 35 ton and allows us to deposit between, as I said, 1 gram to about 70 gram of material, depending on the screw diameter. The maximum size that could be molded will be 280 by 254 by 150 millimeter. We will use some inserts in order to reduce the cost of the mold using the manufacturing equipment and expertise at Heriot-Watt. So all the manufacturing equipment you have seen could also be used for the manufacturing of the mold. So some example here of parts which have been manufactured with that system elsewhere. You can see it ranges from some micro gears, for example, also to lab-on-a-chip devices, and so on and so forth. So the idea will have that facilities for the SME to trial their prototype. The idea is to go to low batch between 100 to 500 parts being manufactured. Another machine which will be very useful for the manufacturing of the mold and also for making tools will be electrical discharge machining and also as a EDM sinker. You have an exemplary machine here because we are putting a tender process here Accuracy would be of the order of 100 nanometer with no mechanical action. And the idea is to produce very deep features that is beyond the capability of the milling machine and with repeatable accuracy. The material we're going to use would be still titanium of any hardness material itself. Another exemplary machine here, that will be for aerosol jetting. We want to look at ambient direct metallization processes. So this is an example here. Again, we are going into a tender process. The idea is to deposit some conductive inks onto contour non-conductive surfaces. That can be used for doing conformal printed electronics, molded device interconnects, 3D printing sensor or RF devices. So we will have that capability for the SME to try. Another in-house process, and it's just one of the many processes that Dr. Marc is going to present. So we have no new technologies to look at photo patterning and selective copper deposition onto silicon and glass, or doing electroless copper interconnects, metallization of PDMS, as you can see on the right-hand side. Again, Jose is going to explain that in more detail. And these processes have been developed in collaboration with Leeds University, Dr. Robert Kay, who has been able to use these processes onto manufacturing equipment for large scale. Some example here very quickly here. So the idea is to print 30 micron track width onto a very small filament. So this is using either a laser or using exposure mask. So the example on the right hand side here is to look at a filament-based deposition, plastic parts, and we are treating the plastic using very simple chemical processes, which allows us to do electrolysis plating and then electroplating of copper. So this is an example you see on the right-hand side. Okay, so that is very much the various non-laser processes that we are going to use. So thank you very much.